Welcome back. We often hear about San Francisco needing to build more housing. So why has a prime location sat vacant for decades? 941 Powell Street is in the prestigious Nob Hill neighborhood. It is available at $13.5 million. Our media partner, the San Francisco Standard, has an article today looking at how the mystery behind this lot could help explain the city's housing crisis. Joining us live now is Josh Kane with our media partner, the San Francisco Standard, where they went looking for answers. Hey, Josh.
Hey, Kristen, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. So give us the quick details, the 411 on this particular lot.
Yeah, so sometimes the story starts out with something as simple as an editor telling you, I found a real estate listing and this looks weird. And so basically what I did was I looked up Redfin and found this property at 941 Powell Street. And it's basically a steep mound of dirt with a cottage in the back. And I called up the broker and I asked him about the property, and it turns out that actually the story about 941 Powell goes all the way back to the 1906 earthquake. He told me that the structures on the property burned down. And then as I dug a little bit deeper, it turned out the first owner is just this amazing entrepreneur who started a restaurant after escaping the Armenian genocide. He passed it down to his son. His son tried to develop the land, and then, wouldn't you know it, San Francisco opponents of housing came in, blocked the project in this massive fight. And it's essentially, this story is almost a microcosm of a larger issue of how San Francisco got its current housing crisis.
You know, you just gave us the Cliff Notes version. And Josh, normally I love that for TV. However, this story is so good, I want the whole 900-page version. Well, not exactly 900-page, but you wrote in your article, and I love this line, so I'm going to say it. It's a tale of risk and opportunity and a stark reminder that San Francisco's current housing crisis, in many ways, is a monster of its own making. Explain that. Give us the character, the main character of the story, that entrepreneur you talked about, and what his big plans were, and then what happened. Give us the whole story.
Yeah, so George Mardikian, an Armenian immigrant, came, he was born in 1903. He went to war twice as a teenager, was taken prisoner the second time. And because he had actually helped form the Armenian Boy Scouts, which was an outreach mission by two Americans, he actually got spotted by one of them. And by chance, the man told the soldier, hey, this guy's an American, you got to release him right now. It was a total lie, but it worked. And George Mardikian was able to come to the United States and, from Ellis Island all the way to San Francisco. He eventually, over the years, creates a restaurant called Omar Khayyam's, which was an Armenian restaurant on the corner of Powell and O'Farrell. It was in a basement, but it became just this huge success, and people would flock from all over the city and even all over the country to come to this restaurant because he became a radio personality. He was featured in magazines. He was kind of like the Guy Fieri of his time.
Oh,
and
okay.
So he starts buying up property in Nob Hill, and over the years accumulates this land, and he eventually passes it on to his son, who inherits it.
Yeah.
And his son is just like, this is the time. It's 1987. Let's go for it. Let's build this built lot out to almost 100 units of new housing. It'd have some of the units would be kept to make sure that tenants of a neighboring property wouldn't be displaced, but the rest would be probably nicer apartments, some of which could view the Transamerica Pyramid. But an attorney at that time named Ed Lee, who would go on to become mayor of San Francisco, helped lead the fight. That Ed Lee actually helped lead the fight, saying that the project didn't do proper outreach, that they were concerned the tenants of a building next door would be displaced. And then they just started this massive back and forth. And eventually, after a decade, the property owner just gave up. And this property has essentially been sitting there languishing. And right now, though, there are changes in laws in San Francisco and the state that are going to accelerate housing because we know we're doing such a poor job. But this property is a great example of why so many people were able to oppose projects and put us in the bind we're at, which is we need 82,000 new units of housing by 2031.
Right. Okay. So the Mardikian children eventually gave up, right? They encountered the challenges just like he did, so they're going to sell it. So it's been sitting there for $13.5 million. What is the problem? Does nobody want to pick it up now, even in this new era of some laws to speed up housing production, expecting fewer obstacles? Still, nobody wants to touch it?
I mean, it's been on the market for more than 500 days. They actually dropped the price from 14.5 million to 13.5, hoping that they could get someone to sell to buy it. You know, the question is, will someone be willing to take the bet that actually San Francisco is willing to work on building housing now and sign off on the permits, assuming everything is all right environmentally with the property? But right now, when I talk to some developers, they're like, I still don't know if this property will sell because we can't necessarily trust San Francisco officials to get things right.
So it's developer fatigue, which you mentioned in your article, right?
Right.
It's real. So given that, right, if that fatigue doesn't change very, very soon, will the city be able to meet its state housing mandate in terms of the number of units they have to create?
Yeah, I mean, developers, I think, are not going to necessarily just throw up their hands and completely quit. San Francisco is still a very lucrative real estate market. When interest rates come down, construction costs and all of that, I think we are going to see some renewed interest. I think there's got to be somebody out there who's going to be like, oh, a vacant property a block away from the Fairmont Hotel. And I think someone probably will take that bet. And if so, they're going to be writing a new chapter in history for this really incredible property.
Josh, I don't know if you want to start an investment pool, but I got $100 that I could probably scrounge up if you feel like starting something.
I mean, I got 50. I'll throw in 50. How's that?
All right, Josh Kane, thank you so much. Fascinating article.
Thank you.
You can check out more of Josh's reporting and also the San Francisco Standard's other original reporting on their website, sfstandard.com. And ABC7 will continue to bring you more segments featuring the Standard's city-focused journalism. Look for that twice a week right here on Getting Answers at 3 p.m.